Happy New Year, I'm Mr. Cruz. Follow matters arising to get the latest controversial news every single day. And today's story, former Premier League and Egyptian footballer Webi Ramadan Sobhi has now been sentenced to 1 year in prison with hard labor for falsifying documents and examination fraud. Wahala. Yes, former Premier League and Egyptian footballer Webi Ramadan Sobhi has now been sentenced to 1 year in prison with hard labor for examination malpractice and falsifying documents. Wahala. I say, yes, what happened? What happened? Now we heard that, yes, Ramadan Sobhi, who is a former Premier League footballer, yes, he played for Stoke City and Huddersfield. He also played for the Egyptian national team. Yes, we heard that he was arrested some time ago in July 2025, and he was charged with falsifying documents. Yes, and we heard that he sent someone to go and take an exam in his place. Yes, he sent someone to go and take an exam in his place in Giza, and now he has now been sentenced to 1 year in prison with hard labor by a Giza court for examination malpractice and a falsifying document. Wahala. Yes, Ramadan Sobhi, the thing that most of us normally do here, one giant of African country, we call it special centers. For most of us in a giant of Africa country that is aware of this kind of behavior, special centers, sending somebody to go and take an exam in your place, paying a bribe to take exam to pass without passing the due process. But now, due to the fact that Egypt is not a country that tolerates this kind of malpractice or corruption, neither is it a country that celebrates for corruption. That is why Ramadan Sobhi, who is a very popular player who played for Stoke City in the Premier League and also Huddersfield. He also played for the Egyptian national team, who are known as the Pharaohs. He has now been sentenced to 1 year in prison with hard labor for doing this, committing this crime, falsifying his documents and sending somebody to go and take this exam in his place. Wahala. Yes, this is very commendable. This is very commendable. This shows a country that follows the rule of law. Because if it is in a giant of African country that this thing happened, it is not a crime. It is not a crime, yes. With his popularity and his money, even the exam body, they will bring the results to him in his house. Yes, they will bring the result and give him any score that he wants. But now that it is not a country that opposes corruption, he has been sentenced and he has been charged. And this is a very good thing. It shows that the Egyptian system does not tolerate corruption, and they are no respecter of any person, no matter how popular they might think they are. Wahala. Yes, Ramadan Sobhi, he will now serve 1 year in prison without labor for falsifying his documents. Alright, it's matters arising. If it is controversial, it's matters arising. So please follow so that I continue to get the latest controversial news. So tell us which news you want to hear next. Let us know in the comment section.